Hello, everyone. Hope you guys are all ready for some Finders Keepers action. It has been a while, but we still roughly remember what we did because of VODs. Huzzah! And thankfully, Shannon's.
Why do I hear it looping?
Do you have the stream open in the background?
Oh, fuck, I do.
You love me. You really love me.
Thank you for the resub, Lucas.
Yay, Lucas!
Huzzah! 14 months of this level of insanity. Who knew?
Wow.
Welcome to the 14th month crew, Lucas. It was getting lonely in here.
Yeah,
That's
nice to be here.
amazing.
All right. So, this is a good week if you're a Finders Keepers fan because we have Finders tonight and Finders on Wednesday.
Whoop, whoop.
Hoorah! All the Finders.
I'm a Finders Keepers fan.
Yeah. Finding all the things, including trouble. So with that, we will throw it over to Canada Shannon to help everyone remember what they actually did.
Yeah, last game was December 7th. It's been a full month. All right, so we had arrived on the fire plane out of the portal where Cirrus then uses oh god, no.
That's the digitation.
Thank you, chill style. And Nigella holds her breath and Tutu pops up. I can't talk tonight, I'm so sorry. As we try to deal with the heat. We emerge on a cliff where we see there's a ship crashed below us. See if you can do that. No.
I like Fufu better. Can I have a name change?
And then we head down a lava tube, and as we emerge, the cave mouth crumbles and falls on top of Riker. And the group tries their hardest to get him out, but unfortunately we are unsuccessful, and he gets crushed by the rocks. We proceed on in a very depressed manner, where we come upon a smith and some fiends. Tutu convinces us that we don't want that weapon finished, so we attack and finish off the fiends. The smith leads us out, tells us that there's a firestorm coming and that we can burn out whatever is inside Nigella from that previous Vine issue. He then burns it out, and we no longer have to worry about a corrupt Nigella. Yay! We come upon the crashed airship with a bunch of dread fiends and fire stuff, with a Jin and a Leonin who introduces himself as Arexos, Kodo's new character. Nigella buys his friendship with a cookie. The Jin says she's Cyril. She's in rough shape. She was searching for Asvaraja as well, and she tells Cirrus to take her essence. Her form then breaks apart, and she says she is Tempest, and she now serves Cirrus. Tutu gets really excited about that. Nigella goes into full denial mode that Riker is not dead, and she's pretty angry. We then find out the firestorm will arrive in 42 minutes, and we start running. We hole up and try to long rest. As we long rest, the heat becomes very oppressive. Tutu handles the situation deftly with Cirrus's help. She then has a deep conversation about death with Cirrus, and then we make it to a fiery demon cave. We make it to a fiery demon cave map where everyone takes damage crossing the bridge. Yes. Then we head into the mouth of hell. Cirrus sees Ashraza's memories of giants dragging through a citadel. Tempest scouts ahead and sees some baddies. We come into a room that looks corrupted. A big evil guy says in giant that it's too late, and we attack. The master will have his prize reborn, was something he said. Arexos deals great damage. Tutu helps Ashraza with her chain, and though we finish the session with Ashraza still chained up, Cirrus deals the final damage to the fire giant at the end of the session.
Awesome. Excellent recap as always.
I only have one problem. Okay. We said that we took the corruption out of Nigella, but did anybody take Nigella out of the corruption? I'm just kidding.
Dun, dun,
Full Parasite Eve here, right? Okay.
Right?
It's not a phase, Mom.
Oh. I do remember we did actually get her fully out of the chains because I had made sure to ask that I could do whatever tool thing stuff was needed to get
She's
her totally out and free.
Arexos got Spare the Dying. and that's right where we
Oh,
ended.
yes.
Because Erexos did great damage, and as a result of doing great damage, took great damage.
Yes. Indeed.
Yes.
Which was epic. So
Yeah.
cool.
With great damage comes great damage.
He was a one-hit wonder.
Yeah. Well, Erexos hit a whole bunch of times, to be fair. All right. So, no one else has anything to add. We'll hop back in. So you guys see like Desi, you kind of like sprint over and spare the dying on Erexos. As Tutu, you're continuing to like work on those chains, and you manage to like as Viraja like struggles and like rests against these, you manage to like sever just enough of these like weird links of this chain that it looks odd to you. Like it doesn't look like a normal metal. It was really hard to cut through, even with all your tools and tinkering equipment. With someone as big and powerful as Azraja, like reefing against it. But you eventually get like one link broken, and that's enough to start things kind of like spiraling as she then starts just like wrenching with like a free hand on the other one. And
Can I
for yourself?
Can I swipe some of it?
Yeah, like there's pieces that are left for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna pocket some of it.
Mark down, like, actually roll me
Oh no,
1d8.
I don't want to be the first one to roll in the game. Okay.
You
Great.
managed to pocket 3 links of Azvaraj's chain.
Okay, 3 links. Got it.
Oh, Spenny in the house.
Oh, Spenny. Oh no, Spenny. Why?
The balance of advantages in this game is whack.
Oh, hi, Casey.
All right. So, Azvaraja.
Wait a second. What is it at? We have 0 player advantage?
You have 0. I have 9. No big.
But technically, Trevor has 0 because Trevor keeps forgetting to use them. So
True. Well, don't
Forget
remind
it.
him.
All
that,
right.
though.
Yeah, right.
Thanks for reminding him. Yep.
Let's not remind him. He uses them all the time, right? He uses them all the time.
All the time. All right.
Yep.
So,
Mhm.
Azvaraja kind of like finishes just like snapping off the rest of this and like just discards these like broken chains at her feet, and looks to you, Tutu, and, like just kind of like gives you a nod. Looks to you, Cirrus, and like the rest of the group, like kind of just like taking in this scene. Thank you. There's much to discuss, but I don't think we should.
You love me!
carry
You
through.
really love me!
Oh, Kodo, thank you for the gifted sub to Spenny.
No thanks. It's hot.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Are you okay though? Are you hurt?
I'll survive. Thanks. In
Well,
no
thank
small
gosh.
part to you. Good night, Harrison.
Well, just because I'm small doesn't mean you gotta point it out.
Did you see you're kind of like
Technically,
raise an
Nigella
eyebrow?
points it out every time she calls you small one.
I know.
You see her
I'm
also
just
kind
kidding.
of like look around. There is. You have a. Is this one fallen with you? There is another that is missing. I saw when they dragged me here.
yeah, we lost Riker.
Mm-hmm.
Wrong accent.
Go on, tell us more.
I can't. I tell what it is.
It sounded like a roof.
Give us some evil. Give it to us. Give it to us. Get it out of your system. I love hearing it. Do it just once. Do
I
like
was
one
gonna
sentence.
talk like this, but that's not Nigella.
Oh,
Oh my god, can I even Nigella right now? I don't know.
Was that cuttlefish?
I don't know. Nigella? There we go. All right. Bro, fuck. I'm just gonna mute myself.
Oh man, it all started with Fufu. After that, it was just game over.
Fucked up.
Shit.
Give us a break. We haven't played this game for over a year.
Oh, haha. Oh. Hey, Rexos, how much health do you have to take psychic damage right now?
This is going great, guys.
Enough to beat the fuck out of you.
He's the DM. I don't think that's true.
Does
I will throw hands with God.
Does Nigella have anything she wants to add before Azraja pipes up again?
Nigella would try to say, although she's having a little bit of a moment there, frog in her throat. No, I'm just going to pretend I can't do the accent right now because I can't. Fine. I don't know if that's pretending. I'm just going to say what Nigella is saying. Nigella would deny and say, oh, no, he's not lost. He went off to do something. And that's it. That's all I was trying to say.
I'm going to say under my breath, like, no, we lost him in the cave before we got here.
Okay, but you're like saying that under your breath so that Nigella isn't hearing you? Okay.
Yep, because I'm right next to her.
I can't send you back to where you went yet without recovering, but I can bring you to somewhere safe.
Okay.
Like somewhere less hot?
Well, yes.
Certainly.
I'm in for somewhere safe.
Let's go! Somebody send a message to Riker. Not Riker, to Soft One.
Okay.
Is there...
And I'll start writing.
Does one of you have the means to restore your friend to consciousness?
Yes. I shall cast something here.
Call it into house with more monster advantage. Love it.
I will kick you out.
Thanks, Colin. So cool. You did choose violence. It's fine.
Sir.
Can you like kick him in the shin? Can you stick Ray on him?
I got this. I was like, sir, and he went.
All right, so you're casting Cure Wounds, Desi?
Yep. It's coming. Sorry, my character sheet is like crawling.
Sven taking pity on you guys.
Thank you.
Aw, thanks, Ben.
Ooh, big money.
Oh,
here.
Yeah.
Benny. Oh boy.
We should be at
He's
2.
alive.
Ryan gave one as well.
Okay.
What? There's a Ryan.
Yeah.
There's Ryan.
Hi, Ryan.
All right, so Arexos, you gain 23 hit points. She's like, now, this would say is normally disconcerting to mortals, but you've found yourself here, so perhaps you'll be fine. I will double check something. Yep, okay, we're good.
All right, lay it on us.
You see her just kind of like slowly like bring her hands together as this like swirling wind starts to like form between her hands, and as she like moves her hands apart, this like small swirling vortex starts to like get larger and larger as her hands move further and further apart. And after a few moments, she just kind of like flings her hands wide, and this vortex just kind of like explodes out, and you find all of you just like sucked right into the middle of this. And as you like tumble like end over end, feeling like this odd weightless sensation as if you were floating but tumbling and falling at the same time, you eventually kind of like gasp as like the wind is like sweeping the breath away as you try and inhale, and eventually you just kind of find solid ground under your feet again, and find yourself in front of this large structure the very first thing you all notice is that the temperature here is night and day different. It is pleasantly cool and airy. It is, there is like this constant breeze, not like a gale force wind by any means, but it's very pleasant, especially comparing it to where you guys just came from. You guys find yourself kind of at ease comparatively to how you've been for the first time. You don't feel like you're having to like fight for each breath, or that you're going to, immediately face danger here. It just kind of has that sense of serenity that just kind of exudes from this place.
You bring back the heat. I kind of liked that.
I fear the rest may not handle it as well as you.
I liked Puffy Tutu though.
I suspect you have many questions, but first I wanted to offer again my thanks.
You're welcome.
Forces that were sent were far greater than we had expected, and far different than we had faced before.
Well, why were they after you?
I don't know for certain, but it seemed as though taking me alive was of the utmost importance for whatever it was they were doing there. They all frequently spoke of a master. The giant that was conducting the ritual, I heard in the midst of the incantation before you arrived a name. It doesn't make much sense to me, but he mentioned Brumalthazar. Not sure what interest a Fey Lord would have with me, but
What did they want you to do? Did they need your energy or help, or?
I felt when I was bound in that place, it felt like they were trying to change me, twist me into something.
But kind of sounds like
when you did.
It sounds like what that lady was describing. He's really good at doing. What was her name? Duh, the Talea lady, right? She said he's been twisting things. I know we all heard that.
What, the panic part?
No, Talea. Both, probably.
You guys did all hear the Talea thing, for sure.
Yeah. But we don't really know much about him. We just kind of heard the name ourselves. But I guess that's, like, what he does?
I've never had dealings with him personally, but he's a Fey Lord, much like I am a leader of this domain. He and others like him lead the Fey. Or did.
Oh, yeah, no, apparently he doesn't lead much anymore.
Is that the Brumalthazar?
Yeah, remember the guy that she said was stuck under the big tree?
Oh, yeah, and then the guy that was stuck in a box.
Yeah, because she said that, the stuff, all that stuff wasn't her doing. Remember she said all the creepy stuff was because of him?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Softwood is supposed to help me go back and get that guy out of the box. Or lady, I don't know, it's a hand in a box.
Oh.
It's my hand in a box.
Perfect reference. I mean, we didn't really get a whole lot of info, but I guess it's good to know that he's targeting you.
Yeah, I don't know why, but if I can at all avoid it, I certainly will not be venturing anywhere away from my base of power in the near future.
Is that where this is? Is that where we are?
Yeah, where are we?
Right? Where is here?
This, and she just kind of like gestures to like everything. And as you kind of like take it in for the first time, you see you're on this comparatively small like piece of land. Looks maybe a couple 100 yards like in diameter. Pretty rocky ground, very smooth, like windswept, like in terms of the dirt or any like small debris there. But looking around, you see several others of these kind of like rocky islands, but they're all floating. And above you and below you is sky, which is, as you kind of like look out far enough, if you're nearer an edge, you can just see all of these things kind of at different altitudes, positioned of varying sizes, kind of as far as the eye can see.
So wait, where did they capture you? Like, why? I mean, you're in the air. Up here. There's somewhere in hell, I think, because damn it, it's hot.
Didn't we watch her get taken? She was
We did, but why was she there?
Oh, I see. Yeah, why were you there?
That's actually a good question. Another one would be, why would Bermalthazar bring you to the plane of fire unless he was working for some Ifrit?
Yeah, I know not the answer to the second, though I can answer the first. We had received word that a foe that we had laid low had somehow returned to life. A great demon lord that fought in the war with the plane of fire.
Is that Bermalthazar?
No.
Oh.
Cirrus would, I suspect, remember.
Yeah, it was that giant demon devil thing.
Yes. Its name was
What?
Igdrinos.
Wait, serious? Is that the thing that we fought in the dream thing? That you said you had taken down before?
Yeah, except when we fought it in real life, it was much bigger.
Well,
what did you fight?
Like a demon or a devil, some powerful creature that was fighting with demons and Ifrit and...
Mm-hmm.
Did you kill it?
Well, I thought we did, but how would it come back?
That is what I went to investigate.
Oh.
What did you find?
Found the place where it fell, but no body. My airship was set upon before we could make our escape. Another's offered a delaying action such that I might escape. The nearest portal out was to the material plane. It's where I was headed when they caught up to me.
Do we need to go back and save your friend?
I think we already tried.
Oh.
Yep. We found that airship, I believe.
That's what that is, right? Pointing at Tempest.
Yeah.
She looks over at I assume that's Tempest monkey form.
Yeah.
She looks over, kind of cocks her head.
Yeah, there was another djinn on the crashed airship named Sarul. And she was not going to recover from her wounds, so she gave me some of her essence in the form of this storm elemental. And he's been following me ever since.
That is good. Her sacrifice serves our cause straight to the end. I'm sure they will be a good companion for you.
So what do we do now?
You're just resting, right?
I am recovering, though being here certainly speeds the process. You mentioned another that is no longer here. You see, roll me group insight checks. Yeah, so everyone but Cirrus and Orexos, you get the sense that she's being very particular with the words she chooses based upon the reactions of some people to a
Did you
previous
say it
line
like
of
that?
questioning. Is it not true that you said there is another who is elsewhere?
Yeah, they are elsewhere.
Well, when one is elsewhere, and you see her as she says this, she eyeballs the rest of you. It is a tradition among my people that if one must be elsewhere and was forced to leave during service to their patron, that a place of honor be erected for them.
Why do we have to do that?
So we honor Riker. He's a great man.
Yeah. Way to see things.
But he's gonna be back, right? And then we can show him. I guess, yeah, that would be cool. We could... I don't know what accent I'm doing. Hold on. Yeah, that would be cool. Then we could show him the monument thing. But there aren't monuments for people who aren't here anymore.
Not always. Sometimes they're for really great accomplishments.
Oh. Okay, I guess he is he's a good soft one, so yes, okay. Sure.
This honor is normally reserved for those like Cirrus who have a deep connection. But you see her kind of look again, and kind of like glossing over Nigella, like kind of like looks very like intently at each of you, given what you have been through, and that I suspect you were only present because my chosen answered my call. I will make an exception.
That's very kind.
We very much appreciate this.
Mm-hmm.
Riker deserves this.
Are we allowed to add other customs or traditions from where we're from for a type of ceremony like this?
Yes, if there is anything else you wish to do, it will take a few moments for me to establish the site.
Okay. So something that we always try to do is send a message of sorts as like a song or a thanks. So we can say something if you guys want to say something, and we can send it on for Riker to hear. I'll keep writing the message that she asked me to send, and I'm going to go back to writing really quick.
Desi's going to start playing music in the background.
You see Azaraja kind of like motion more towards this large kind of open-sided building, and like inside, as you guys kind of like head up the stairs towards it, you see there is this like fairly large, probably like maybe 10-foot square open space right in the middle of this kind of like large structure. And you see her kind of take up position at the top of the stairs. And you those of you who like are familiar with the arcane understand that she's not casting a spell in like the traditional sense, but whatever she's doing seems elemental in like nature. You can see these like forces and energy kind of gathering in the middle of this space, and there seems to be something starting to take form there, though at this point it's looks almost like it's just energy. It's almost impossible to tell. But as this kind of continues, you guys kind of take up Desi kind of playing some music in the background. Sirius, you doing anything? Hey, Denny.
No, I'm basically watching the procession, sort of in my own head a bit.
Yep, got you. Orexos, I assume you're just kind of moral support.
Orexos this entire time has been trying to not vomit on himself. He went from laying down to being sucked through a portal to landing on his feet. It's very disorienting. He's being respectful and like trying to be quiet about it, but you see him like hunched over with his hand on a big rock. He's just like, oh god, make it stop spinning.
Oh man, someone was real fast. I wasn't even fast enough to get that one.
Yeah, that
It was Demi.
Yeah.
Get it, Demi.
All right.
But he'll, after hearing the exchange, he'll kind of write himself up, and I guess towards the whole, because he noticed that Nigella seemed upset at the thought of a memorial being only for those that are gone,
mm-hmm.
and he'll address her and just be like, I understand what you may be accustomed to, that monuments are erected for those that have died, but in my village, we erect monuments for those that have done great things. The man who saved my life has many monuments erected to him, and he is alive and well. I trust your friend will come back. He just has a mission of his own.
But he didn't even say goodbye!
Unfortunately, sometimes important missions don't leave room for much conversation. But I assure you that you are in his thoughts. You all must be.
How would you know that? Do you read minds?
I do not, but I personally was whisked away to war, and I was unable to say goodbye to my family.
Oh, I know who took him. It was his dad!
I will.
He quarrels with his father?
He's kind of an annoying man. Human thing. Not the soft one, but his father.
Humans can be quite annoying at times, can't they?
Yes!
I trust your friend is fine, Nigella, and worry not, this only meant to honor deeds that he has done for you, correct?
But what has he done?
So at
You
this
tell me.
point, I'm gonna walk over. I'm gonna walk over to them, and I am gonna say, like, there's normally a song that we're supposed to sing in these circumstances. I don't really know what it is, so I just made one up. Is there anything specific you guys would like me to add to the message? I'm kind of already finished, but if you want to add something, I can try. As a way to say, like, thanks, and we'll, we miss you. If not, I'm just gonna start the song.
At this point, like, knowing Tutu, like, she says, if there's nothing else, I'm just gonna start the song, and then starts the song. So everyone, if you've got your Roll20 music, if you can all hear music playing right now, you're good. And when not hear music playing right now in Roll20.
Do we need to turn it up? I have it at like 60.
Yeah. Well, the other one I'm going to put on will be louder, so.
Oh, okay.
Oh dear. Oh dear, dear, dear.
I'll just leave it up for it to adjust in case my ears bleed.
All right. So around this point, Tutu's like, well, if there's anything else you'd like me to add, I'm basically done. But if you've got important, okay, I'm starting now. Can everyone hear music?
Yes.
Yeah.
Memories always bring us back to you.
Oh, you're gonna make me cry.
It never takes too long. No matter what we say or do, we still feel you here. Every moment you're gone. You left a mark on us. You were left behind slain. We've never wanted anything so much than to rewind the time and not feel this pain. You are free, free to be every piece of you you'd hide and only hope we'd see. Here we are, we understand our friend just the way I hoped to be. Would you agree? Friends to be. Oh, without you I feel fragile. When with you we felt strong. But you touched us for a little while. But now, my friend, your strength is gone. You you'd hide and only hope we'd see. Here we are, we understand our friend just the way we'd hoped to be. Would you agree? Friends will be. Memories always bring us back to you. It never takes too long.
I'm so impressed.
Wowzers.
Oh, that was beautiful.
It was.
Thanks.
I love
So
you
good.
and I hate you.
Oh, I
No.
didn't warn you. I messaged Cece. I was like, "Oh, did I tell you to bring tissues? I'm so sorry."
Was that original?
It's a cover of a song by Sarah Bareilles. I just
Yeah, a
changed the
song
lyrics.
that always makes me fucking cry.
Oh,
Kodo. I'm right there with you.
And you'll hear Tutu just say under her breath very, very quietly when she's done, just like, "We'll see you soon. Travel well."
So, as Tutu's emotional send off concludes, so too does the ceremony that Azraja has been doing. And you watch this empty space in the middle of the room be transformed into this.
That's beautiful.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Azraza is perfect.
You see Azraja kind of like look back to the group of you and say, important people deserve important things.
Thank you.
Nigella, for sure. It's staring in the direction of the monument. She's crying, but she's kind of like staring off into space. And you just see tears falling down her face, and then she shakes out of it, and you see her like come back to the present, and she kind of takes a step towards the monument. Wow, yeah, you did a lot. That's a good one. He'll like that.
I hope he will. And you see Azraja just like put a comparatively giant hand like on your shoulder, Nigella, as she's like, I hope that one day you and he can look at it together.
I agree. I'll find my son, and then Soft One, they'll get to meet, and we'll show them this. We'll have many good laughs.
It will always be here.
But how do I get back?
We will find a way to make that happen when the time is right.
Okay. I trust you.
Is there anything else in the interim that I can help you with, or questions you have? I will probably need at least the night before I'm in a position to send you anywhere else.
Well, I think after that fight, we probably all could use just a small rest. So,
At least a small rest.
yeah.
Definitely more.
Everything hurts.
Yeah.
Maybe a long rest then.
I mean, it's quite cozy here, so.
You are safe here. And as she like says that, like, you guys are like I mean, I'm sure some of you were like subconsciously thinking like you were just captured. Like, are we really safe here? As she says that, you see these 4 like almost her size figures just kind of like float up around the edges of the small island you're on. They look, the only way that would like make sense to describe them to anyone but Cirrus would be like floating like armored air. It looks like you drew a cartoon tornado basically and gave it like plate armor and weapons. And they're huge. Those are my personal guard.
Oh.
They
Okay.
draw a lot of attention, so I often don't travel with them. Though I'm sure I will hear about that from each of them when they next get a moment to speak with me.
Yeah, maybe you should travel with them going forward.
That is probably for the best. I suspect the comparative freedom I've enjoyed for quite some time may be coming to an end. Well, there is much I need to see to here, but I will check in with you. I remember from when Cirrus was here more often, we'll call it, that you sleep for around 8 hours.
Yeah, typically if we're lucky.
Well, rest well. I will check in with you when that time has elapsed.
Okay. Thank you.
You are most welcome, and thank you.
You're welcome.
And you just see her kind of like that kind of swirly, almost like twistery kind of lower half just kind of like start churning to life as she just like basically like takes a few steps out of the shrine and just like leaps off the edge, drops down a couple feet, and then you see her and the four other smaller guards following her out into the sky.
Nigella, you doing all right?
Yeah, could use some rest, but why is the wispy one so quiet?
Seriously,
you
you doing all
okay?
right?
Yeah, I'm okay. It's been a really emotional day.
Yeah.
But you saved your goddess.
We did it.
Yeah, that's great. That's I feel definitely relieved that we did that. Yeah.
Nigella will start walking around the wispy one. Hold up your arms. Let me check you out.
I'll raise my arms, sort of looking.
She'll just poke at you with her claws and kind of like just checking, making sure you're okay.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe just the battle took a lot out of me.
I know what will make you feel better.
Maybe if I had a good cookie.
A good cookie, exactly. I'm gonna look. Hold on. I might not have any good cookies right now. I have a good cookie. You take 2. Just put them in your hand.
Yeah.
Thanks, Nigella.
And I'll eat one of the good cookies.
Desi looking at Cirrus, like, he looks fine. Roll insight, Desi, since you're actually like
All right.
trying to like check him over.
Peering at him, yes.
Yeah.
Ooh, whispers.
Yep.
Oh,
What you drinking, Ari?
Colin just got home with fast food, so he brought me a Coke, a Coca-Cola.
Oh, I thought it was a glass of mine and Cece's tears.
I'm so sorry.
Accurate.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I did. I wanted to surprise y'all. I did. I worked on that for like a few weeks.
No, it
I
was
wasn't
beautiful, and I loved it, and I hate you.
I wasn't watching anyone's faces during that because I was like, I'm gonna cry. But I could imagine Stacey just going, all right now.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, I am glad I don't have a camera because I was ugly crying.
I did. I
kept
messaged
it together quite well.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
He did.
stone face, never moved.
I messaged Trevor like that after like the same day after last session, and I was like, I want to do something so that Kodo doesn't feel bad because I knew we had talked about it, and then I wanted to do something to sort of honor, like, give us a chance. Yeah, literally emotional damage. To give us a chance to have that space.
So your intention was emotional damage?
I mean, I did wear.
Now we know.
It was
Like, home
more
run.
like
Like, for sure.
it was meant to be more like a warm hug.
A warm hug.
You need to make these Kleenex packets and give them to each of us that just say, I wanted it to hurt.
Yeah. Finders keepers, where handshakes and warm hugs mean something completely different.
Yeah.
True. And I did warn Cece though. I was like, I'm gonna make something that's gonna make you cry.
I forgot that part. I forgot you said
she
that.
had a warning. She got a warning. So I don't feel you didn't. You didn't at all. I'm sorry.
That's why your crying was uglier than mine. I'm just kidding.
I'm just sitting here having a good time. We're playing D&D. I'm gonna make a comment about how my character almost vomited from being thrown through a portal, and you're like, let me just haymaker you with emotional damage.
When you said that, I was like, God, what a great lead-in. That was so good.
Oh God.
I love the fact that like I play D&D as like a stress breaker. You know, it's like, we're starting another work week. Like I need something just to sort of, get my spirits up, the wind beneath my wings. Yeah. And then Ari goes skeet shooting. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Again, I love you so much, but fuck you.
I know.
Yeah.
I could just picture Abraxas suffering like
Yep.
I don't even know this guy.
He held his breath that entire time, trying not to cough.
But you're happy though, right? Like you feel less sad.
No, I felt more sad.
That's not.
Yeah. I don't think that word means what you think it means.
You know what I meant.
No, I understand and I appreciate it, and I
It was meant to be a salve.
I understand that, but Kodo always thinks he's at fault and takes everything personally.
No,
and still
we
feels
love
bad.
Kodo. Nope, we love Kodo. Mm-hmm.
Yes, we do.
Anyway. Love you guys.
Kodo's gonna go take a long rest so he doesn't start crying again.
All right.
It's not made of salt or acid.
Yeah, that's a good quote. The more they ball, the less sad they are.
That's not true.
No, but it is though, because the more you release it, you don't have it's not pent up, so you feel better after.
Got it. It's
guys-
after the
You'll
fact.
thank me later.
Sure. Yeah.
Got it.
Cool.
Yeah.
It was so good.
Whatever.
So,
Sound logic.
Yeah.
you guys.
Ari, are you also a big fan of "This Hurts Me More Than It Hurts You"? Just
No.
asking.
We love you, Stacy.
Yeah, no, technically the song was phenomenal. Your voice is great.
Yeah.
The whole thing was beautiful.
It was gorgeous.
Thanks.
Emotionally, wow.
Yeah.
You're like, thanks. Emotionally, you could have not. Okay.
I could have got a warning, maybe like a tap on the head, something.
But it wouldn't have been a surprise.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I
wanted to catch you
appreciate
guys
it.
off guard.
So good.
Yes.
Here, let me.
I appreciate you, Cece, and Ari, and I'm sorry, you guys, for everything that happened with Wrecker leaving. I know we talked about this. I know you told me not to apologize about it anymore.
Nope.
But I want you to know that I love you guys, and the song meant a lot. Thank you so much.
Riker's just on another mission.
Cece, earmuffs. Earmuffs, Cece.
Yeah. Hold the headset on tighter. It'll help.
I can't hear anything.
The song was beautiful. Thank you, Ari.
You're welcome.
All right. So you guys watch in the distance as Viraja and a small retinue, much smaller than the ones guarding the island you guys are on, fly off into the distance. As the first time you guys get to kind of rest without, a really large presence in front of you, having, had a moment to catch your breath after this ceremony. You can see, far in the distance, a few of what you gather from Sirius are called skyships that kind of dot different places over the horizon. Not many, certainly, but there's a few. But you guys, you don't really know or have a good sense of time of day. You haven't in a while. Between the plane of fire and here, it's not like there's a nice day-night cycle. But you guys know you're kind of beat to shit. But over to you guys.
Well, we're just gonna take a long rest, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's our current plan.
Well, before that happens.
Sirius, we're all in this together. We all made a decision that every step of the way we're in this. It isn't all on you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. I know that. It's just I got pretty single-minded there, and you guys just kind of got caught up in the whole thing, and I'm really happy that you came with me. But I wish I would have done things a little differently. That's all.
Nigella's gonna walk over to you. Probably not that far from you anyway. It's okay, because everyone survived! And then just go in for a hug and just twirl you around in a tight lizard folk hug.
Yeah, I let Nigella give me a hug and twirl me around. I try to hug her back, but my arms are going kind of numb.
I think if we hadn't gone at the pace...
Nigella, are you snapping your fingers? Because that sound might have been my ribs.
Oh, right. You don't have natural armor. Okay.
No.
And she puts you down.
Thanks.
Were you saying something, Desi?
Yes. Sirius, if we hadn't gone at the pace that we did, I don't think we would have made it in time to save Raja from, I don't know, the corruption.
Yeah.
Well, every life is valuable. I think as for Raja's, I don't know, maybe it's wrong to say this, but I think having her is perhaps more important than having Riker.
Yeah, I appreciate you saying that. I think it's all contextually with the individual. As Viraja means the world to me, But that's not to say that Riker won't be missed by the people that love him while he's on his mission.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I understand your sense of responsibility.
Do we have a way of notifying his family? I don't, other than waiting until we get back.
Why do we have to do that?
So that they have the opportunity to honor him the same way we did.
But they're kind of assholes.
That doesn't mean they don't love him.
Okay.
Oh.
Sure. Cool.
I don't have anything magical to do it.
Okay.
I
Then
don't
maybe
think
we'll
I
just
do.
wait. I can write up a letter to send when we return. We can have a courier deliver it. Okay.
Erexos kind of lowers himself against one of these pillars, using it as support while he rests down, and he kind of addresses the rest of the group. You notice he's been staying quiet through most of this, is respect of this being a personal thing that he didn't know much about. Is this Malthazar that you spoke of responsible for the corruption that's been happening? The creatures on the outskirts of our hunting grounds have been turning. I don't know another way to describe it. These sharp brambles and blackness that seems to surround them. Is he responsible?
Well, where are you from?
Oh, my apologies. I did not state previously. My pride hails at the foothills of the Crystal Spire Mountains.
Do any of us have any idea where that is in relation to, like, Pomerty?
Desi would, for sure. Tutu, you probably, like, have a general idea, just because, like, you're smart and, like, have a general sense of where important geological features of the world are. That is the mountain range that, like, separates what is, like, considered, like, the uncivilized lands of, like, the north with the main continent. The Crystal Spire Mountains is, like, a range that goes basically, like, all the way across the continent, very much like a continental divide type deal. And the foothills are moderately, like, kind of, you know, Canada climate most of the time. And you've never been there, but that seems like reasonable hunting grounds to you. Desi, you would be familiar, like, the area north of Wexforth. The odd time you would have, like, seen Leonin, like, come to trade something that, like, they couldn't offload at, like, the really small settlements near. Or if they needed something special, but they are pretty self-sufficient. Like, you might see one or two, like, a month in Wexforth, like, if you were hanging out at a market. But I don't think anyone else would have any idea. Sirius, you would have had no need to know that sort of thing.
No. No.
I mean, it sort of looks like his corruption is going further and further. I mean, it's crossing realms. So, I mean, I guess it would make sense that it would reach that far.
Yeah, I have a bad feeling that was caused by Vermilissar.
I honestly wasn't sure where I was. I was tasked with hunting down these creatures, and the next thing I knew, I fell through a portal into, what did you call it, the elemental plane of fire? Is that what you said that was?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't like that place. It's very hot.
You right?
He's like unmatting his fur from all the sweat.
Yeah, you're also covered in ash. Like, you're a mess.
What did you do back in your village, Rexos?
Un momento. I had to actually look up his military rank. Sorry.
Tutu's gonna just realize that she's covered in soot and ash and just like icky bird sweat, and she's just gonna start rolling around in the dirt because that's her version of a bath.
Yep.
What did I say? He was just a foot soldier, right? Or was he
just a foot soldier?
I was a foot soldier tasked with defending our pride. Yeah, let me ask my resume. Hang on. Let me check my references.
Yeah, guys, we did stuff and it was super cool. And
Yeah.
Look, I know there was like a 4-month gap in my employment. Please do not call my previous boss. There was a conflict of interest.
That's fair.
I love it.
I'm but a lowly foot soldier.
Well, your fighting experience certainly shows. It was impressive.
Yes.
What was
Thank
that
you.
cool thing where like multiples of you showed up? Holy shit.
Oh, yes. It's actually not quite everybody in my pride can accomplish such feats. Those who go through extensive training are able to split themselves, I guess would be an easy way to describe it.
Split.
Yes, your will to fight and live on manifests as another version of yourself.
What?
Does it hurt you when the
Well.
other one is injured?
Right?
Not at all.
Oh.
Mm.
I need
Go
a
ahead, I can.
explanation.
I have the ability to, so Orexos will kind of stand up and he'll kind of roll his shoulders and kind of stretch out just a little bit, and he'll manifest another echo standing next to him.
Oh, that's cool.
oh, is that just
gonna
a
go poke it.
projection of your life energy?
Does he
It's
also
a
gonna go poke it?
projection. Your hands would go through it. It is a projection of my will as a fighter.
Yeah, it's weird. It doesn't go like it's corporeal because it can get hit, but like area, it feels kind of like you're pushing through like the densest like fog or smoke that like you've ever felt, where you actually feel like resistance as you like put your hand through. But like it looks like Orexos's form, but like there's no confusing the two. You can clearly tell one is Orexos and one is this duplicate.
I'm gonna as soon as I'm gonna try to karate chop the knees.
Okay. Roll a d20.
Like not like actual attacking, just like swishing through it.
Oh.
Because I'm little, so I'm like do I still have to roll? I'm not hitting it.
Well, I mean, if you want to figure out mechanically,
Ugh.
because
I just want to see if I can make the knees disappear.
yeah, roll your d20 plus
Oh, plus what?
Oh, your proficiency bonus is 3 now, right? Or are you still at 2?
2.
2.
2.
What's
Yeah,
your
we're
strength?
not 5 yet. Unfortunately, we're not at 5 yet.
What's your strength?
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's like a -1.
Okay, you're lucky because you miss. Because it has one hit. It has 1 hit point.
Oh.
Actually, if you'll allow me, just because it is a bonus action, and I figured like with a dex save, when you go to swipe out at its knees, you notice that you're actually hitting Orexos now, and the echo is where he used to be.
Ow! What'd you do that for?
Because it's fun.
That should be like prime role-playing points, because that's exactly how cats think. Fuck you. Why? Oh, because it was fun.
Because it was fun. Yeah,
Right.
agreed.
Guys.
Yeah.
Just remember, guys, you are now going to sleep with a cat on effectively a wide open shelf full of infinite feet of sky. Good luck.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, how much can I push off of this shelf?
All of it, apparently.
Yeah. I'm gonna grab on to Ray.
Well, you can fly, so you're fine.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
All right.
You can do that all the time. Just like swap.
Absolutely, and he'll do it again.
That's pretty nifty.
So,
can you teach people to do that?
I can attempt, though I am not mastered it enough to teach myself, but I'd be more than willing to try.
Could you imagine? And Nigella looks to the group. Could you imagine 2 of me? That would be funny.
Even more good cookies.
Exactly.
Nigella, maybe if you concentrate really hard.
Okay.
Nothing
I
yet.
don't think it works.
I mean, if you hit your head hard enough, suddenly all of us have the ability to do it.
I don't think that logic works, but okay. I'm not doing it.
Good. Yeah. I don't have any cleric spots left.
I like your claws, though.
Thank you, I like yours as well.
Thank you.
Tutu, you had mentioned a while ago you were rolling around on the ground trying to, like, you know, have the classic bird dust bath.
Yup.
Yeah, there's no dust. It's
Ah.
yeah, like the wind is just like constantly blowing everything clean here. It's just like,
Oh, then I'll just like stand out and just be like,
yeah, you're having an air dry.
yeah.
Someone turn
Or,
on
she,
a blow
or
dryer.
she's
Cirrus,
singing the
can you make us
Titanic theme
clean?
song. If I notice that what they're trying to do, I will start casting prestidigitation on them.
Yeah,
I think you
works
should just
much
cast
better.
gust at Tutu, though.
Ooh, I'll
Oh,
jump
yeah.
a little. I'll jump up a little bit.
I cast I cast gust on Tutu, and as soon as she jumps up, I change it to gust of wind.
Yeet.
Bye.
Hello.
All you hear is just like, ah.
Love it.
Oh gosh.
While this is going on, like, you guys, like, having some, like, well-needed levity from, you know, the seriousness of the past, you know, few days. You catch the eye of one of the large, like, air giants that's, like, guarding you as, like, Tutu's, like, jumping and, like, flapping in, like, the wind coming off of Cirrus. You see one of the giants, like, kind of, like, cock his head back towards you. And, like, you swear for a second you see, like, the hint of, like, a smile as it, like, turns back to, like, keep guard.
Yeah, I would at some point start giggling in the air. You would just hear like the fleeting like
If you don't mind me asking, what are all of your combat capabilities? I know nothing about you, I'm sorry.
I cast storm-related magic.
You're familiar with the arcane?
Like, not formally taught, it's kind of inside me. I sort of think it and it happens. It's more like force of will or personality than it really is like arcane formulas and stuff.
Cast music, spells through music, and do some healing, obviously, too. You're welcome, by the way.
Oh, yes, thank you for keeping me alive. I did not think...
Dang!
I did not think that creature would hit as hard as it did.
Wait a second. Didn't Nigella carve a bone thing for Riker and then pay to have, or did something to be able to put a magical enchantment on it to protect him?
Mm-hmm.
And it gave him AC?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you ever gave that to me.
I did.
I never had it on my sheet.
Are you sure?
I
I'm
would have to go
double-checking right
back
now.
and look at the, like, the YouTube. I know you got it made. I don't remember you giving it to her.
She did. I think I remember she did because she was like she'd been carving it for a while and it was like a pike or something.
I have a bone pike.
Oh yeah,
I
the
never
bone pike.
received any charm that upgraded my AC.
Yeah,
She paid like what was it, like 50 gold or something to have it be more defensive.
You guys made the huge deal when you turned down the arson job for like a chain shirt, 67 copper screws and whatever other garbage you guys sold to.
Oof, garbage.
Yeah.
Just so you know,
For treasures.
if Nigella didn't give it to Riker, and she ever realizes he's actually dead, she's gonna be upset because she's gonna think she didn't give him his protection charm, and that's why he died.
Oh man, that is like
I'm
RP
sorry.
awesome.
Oh, that would
That
break
is
my
RP
heart.
Awesome.
I can
I'm
take
like-
a screenshot of my character sheet. It is not in his items.
Well,
He
I'll
never
look at
had
the
anything
YouTube.
that buffed his AC.
It'll be in the YouTube, so I can go back and look.
Oh no!
I'll let you
Well,
know
nobody
whether
ever
Nigella-
told
I'm pretty sure
Nigella.
you did.
Oh, it's going to be even better when you open his backpack and realize that his family's ring is in there.
Oh no.
I still
Do we
have
have
his
his
backpack.
You
Yeah,
do.
I've been clinging onto it.
You have his backpack with all of his stuff, including all his money and his family's ring. He
Yeah,
had
and
a-
Sears has the book.
What? Serious
He
has
gave
the
it to
book?
you. Yeah. He gave it
What
to
was
you.
that?
No.
Yes, he gave. Yeah, he handed it right. He gave it to me. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
But
none of
I'm
you
just
know
holding on
Sears
to
has the book currently.
Yeah. No, of course.
Right,
Not like
right,
this
right.
group ever says what it actually is anyway, so it's fine.
But yeah, Nigella's gonna keep holding onto that bag, keeping it safe.
Cool.
I think you have to keep it secret first. Like you keep it secret, then keep it safe.
Anyone else getting up to anything? You guys did want to kick off the long rest.
Oh, I thought you were just going to gloss over the conversation topic that I had.
What?
Their combat.
Arexos.
Their
Yeah,
combat
Arexos
prowess?
is asking you guys what you are.
I'll land and I guess hear you guys talking about this and be like, what you talking about?
Oh, I'm merely inquiring as to what all of your combat capabilities are.
Oh, I don't like combat.
What are you good at?
Running away.
She's good at shooting things.
Yeah, I make magical stuff. I like to build things. Like this one. His name is Ray. Technically Rainbow. It's an acronym. I built him.
She's also really good at making friends.
I do like making friends.
And finding shit.
I do like to find things. Mm-hmm.
Nigella, was it?
Yeah. That's me. What? Yeah. Well, really, okay. Really, I've got a bow. I use my bow a lot, but that's not the important thing here, okay? Nigella Hornberry, am part of the Lizard Folk Master Organization of Archaeologists. And I'm an archaeologist. I like to go to ruins and different monuments and things like that. Yes. But I guess I have, survival skills with my bow and nature and things like that. But I'm really good at drawing. You want to see my drawings? And I make good cookies that are also good.
Did you give me one when we first met?
Yeah.
They are very good indeed. Thank you again.
Pleasure. Anytime you want a cookie, I've got a cookie for you.
You all seem very adept and impressive, quite in your combat abilities. Would you mind terribly if I traveled with you? I hope I'm not imposing.
As he says, you all look very adept. Nigella has her arms on her hips and kind of flexing a little bit like,
Yeah, of course,
She's got the Wonder Woman pose going on.
Of course you can.
What do you think, Ray? Do you like him?
He is furry.
I know.
If you all seek to destroy whatever is corrupting the lands, I can't help but want to assist, as that is my task as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it makes sense that you travel with us. We could always use extra help. You could always use extra help.
So long as we stay away from the hot place.
I
don't
agree.
mind that hot place, but that's okay too if we don't go back.
I don't want to have to hold my breath anymore.
Yeah, I had to save you guys while you were asleep. That was scary. I don't want to do that again.
You protected me, little one?
Technically, I had to ask Sirius to do it because I'm not really that great at it, but yeah.
Up too. You did good.
Well, I didn't do it. Sirius did it. I had to wake him up. That's really all I did was wake him up. Sorry, Sirius.
Still, you did good.
Yeah, well, it's you should have woken me up.
I did.
Ray pipes up. I've noticed.
Thanks, Ray. You're the best.
Good job, Ray.
To see Ray like.
I feel like does Ray have the personality of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Universe? You know the robot.
Riker or not Riker? Sorry, I'm looking at your message. Sorry, Rayblo has the personality of like a Eeyore, but in like a Sam Elliott type of way.
So Hitchhiker's
Like
Guide
a-
to the Galaxy.
Like a
Yeah.
like a logical sort of slow thinking, like.
I guess so.
But not like sad or a downer, just like
Just slow talking.
yeah, just
logical.
yeah, kind of chill, laid back. Everything that Tutu is not. Yeah.
Also, +1 for Sam Elliott.
Yeah, I actually said that was my reference for Trevor. I was like something like this, like something like a Sam Elliott type. Yep. So he's like keeps to himself, kind of quiet, unless directly spoken to or has like significant input. But he is sentient and can participate. It's pretty cool.
You're
I'll
also
dismiss-
good too, metal one. Nigella will lean down and just pat him on the head.
That is patronizing.
Oh,
Where's the rim shot button?
He gets his humor from me. Because I built him.
hey,
Yep.
hey-o.
Question.
What?
Really
What about
late.
your tail?
Eeyore's tail falls off.
Oh, I thought you meant Rexus's tail, and I was like, excuse me?
No.
Yeah.
What was your question?
So according to Manifest Echo, it says as a bonus action, I create one, and it lasts until it is destroyed, until I dismiss it, or until I manifest another one, or I'm incapacitated. Does that mean it could stay while I sleep?
I think unconscious means
Unconscious gives you the
it includes incapacitated.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just keep it up until I pass out.
Well, Ray and I feel totally fine. So, if you guys wanted to go to sleep, we can stay up for a little bit first. Just in case.
Stay up for a little bit. I want to draw this monument just in case, we run across, the soft one and I can show him.
I don't know that I... okay. Yep. Sounds good.
Nigella goes over like a good enough distance away to get the full picture of the monument and pulls out her journal and starts doodling.
All right.
Desi goes to sleep.
Okay, Desi packing it in.
Tempest is going to bamf into a hawk form and fly up to the pinnacle of the monument and just sort of keep watch there while Cirrus goes to sleep.
Okay. Arexos?
Oh, Arexos sits back where he was before the whole echo situation happened, and you can kind of see the echo of himself kind of like sputtering in and out of existence as he eventually falls asleep and it disappears.
Awesome. Yep. 2-2. You getting up to anything, or were you just staying up to take like a watch?
No, I'd probably sit down in front of Rayblow and start teaching him how to play like rock, paper, scissors. Or like eeny, meeny, miny, mo, and see if he can like retract a claw or something. Just to like busy myself.
Okay.
And then I'll make a note of like not writing anything else for the day.
Okay.
Tucking my notebook away.
Gotcha. So, after a time, Nigella, you capture this image in your workbook. And, you know, you take your time, and, you know, you're not an artist, but, you know, it's you spend the time that's needed to capture as many of the details as you can. It's a good depiction of it. Is that all you're getting up to tonight? You've seen a couple of your companions while you've been working on this to kind of, you know, either in Tutu's case, busy herself with Ray for a while and then kind of pack it in. You see other people like curled up and in their sleeping locations already.
I am going to rip it out once I feel confident about it. Rip it out of the journal and fold it in half, and I'm going to put down his bag, and I'm going to find a safe space to put it, like his journal or something like that, so that he can see it when he comes to collect his bag.
Sure.
So, and essentially I'm going through his bag a little bit, but not with an intention or purpose outside of that.
Cool. I want to do this. So you find what he has in his bag. The main things of note. Again, you're not paying any particular mind to the thing, but just finding them as you're trying to find a spot. There's a fairly hefty coin pouch that he has. There's a ring that you find kind of at the bottom of the bag. There's a rolled up scroll. Seems to have a bit of like a family tree on it. And that's it. So you kind of can find a spot to put this. Roll for me. How do I do this? Roll for me a history check for Nigella. 13. How long ago was it?
Can I add something?
Sure.
If you're searching thoroughly through his pack, you'll find a few pieces of folded up paper. That if you were to unravel them, there are notes to people named Jeffrey and Archibald, where he's basically apologizing to them for being responsible for their possible death. And that he didn't mean to.
I will write it down and keep it in my notes, but I don't think Nigella was trying to go through your bag so much as find somewhere to put the paper.
Cool. Gotcha.
Yeah, so certainly with that, it's not like he doesn't seem to have any like book or journal or anything to like slide it into, but I mean he was comfortable keeping a scroll in there, so you can probably like fit it wherever the scroll was.
I'm gonna wrap it around this. I'm gonna undo the scroll and put it inside the scroll, and then roll it back up.
Perfect. Also with a 13, I'm just gonna do a quick thing here. This is Nigella's memory. Yeah, seems fine. You found a spot to put it. Backpack seemed perfectly in order.
Okay, good. I'm glad nothing like backfired. Okay. And then once that's done, I'll close the bag up and look for a decent place to like curl up.
Yeah, there's lots of kind of like what look like relatively like comfortable corners like in this shrine. It's open-sided, but each of the corners kind of has like a place to prop up against and set out a bedroll.
That is what I'll do. I actually have a 2-person tent in my thing, so we need that at all. I don't know. That's what it says up in here, so yep. I'll probably set that up and then go to sleep.
Okay. All right.
Jesse looks at the tent going, where did that come from? What?
Do you want to sleep in here?
No,
Plenty
I'm good.
of room.
2-person tent? I feel like Nigella's like 2-person build.
It's really cozy.
All right, so you guys
Disney joins you just for fun.
You guys can all mark off a long rest. Cirrus, as you kind of go to sleep, it's an interesting sensation being back in the elemental plane of air. From your perspective, you know, you spent almost 20 years here. And what started as you being, you know, more or less a slave, and you know, you worked your way up to being like Azvaraj's chosen, you know, piloting a skyship. You know, this has been your life, at least as much as the life you had before. And you know, the events of the past, you know, 48 hours kind of just like rewind over and over again in your head. All the like the frantic you know, moment from in the inn where you first had the dream with that like impetus to go east, and you know, the searing pain you felt, and that, you know, relentless drive that you showed, you know, through the earth, through the plains, through everywhere to get back to here and to save Azaraja. You don't have any visions or dreams this night, but you feel just this immense, almost overwhelming sense of appreciation, and it just kind of like washes over you, and you wake up feeling better than you had. as the rest of you come to after your rest, whatever time of day it is, you see the 4 stoic sentries still positioned there. You kind of collect yourselves. If anyone's making their travel breakfast, by all means, you guys haven't eaten very much.
Yeah. I'm having a second good cookie.
Yeah. Thanks to Nigella's good cookies, you guys haven't had to like deal with much in terms of the way of starvation. But you guys have not had like real food in a few days now. And if it wasn't for good cookies, you guys would be super hungry or very tired of rations. After probably about like 30 minutes where you guys are like getting up, donning armor, doing all of your kind of like normal morning wake up things, you see a familiar form kind of start coming down this time, as if it was coming from a higher altitude, as Viraja and that same set of 4 smaller sentries. She kind of this is the first time I think anyone but Cirrus has probably seen it. As she's like descending, very much her like lower half looks very much like a tornado. But as she kind of like descends and gets close to the ground, her speed kind of she decelerates, and you see these like 2 legs just kind of like apparate out with this like fairly intricate kind of like skirt with, you know, chains and beads and very kind of in line with like the belly dancer motif. As she like alights on the ground, you see all the sentries kind of like snap to attention, kind of like nod their head at her, and the 4 sentries kind of float off, the smaller ones. It's like, are you more renewed now?
Yes.
Nigella's just stretching. Yeah. Oh yeah, we're good. I'm good. You're good. Everybody?
Yeah, feeling much better.
Yep.
I am glad to hear it. I saw to what was urgent, and while there is much more to do and to try and figure out as to the goings on and what led to what befell me, and if there's any connection to what is going on with you, Cirrus, and your companions, I wanted to make good on my promise to help you get to where you needed to go, and thank you properly for what you've done. She goes first to Tutu. He's like, you, my small avian friend, have many of the gifts innately that I would bestow. But your friend, and she like looks down at Ray, does not. If you would allow me, I can bestow my gift for him, if you are willing to forgo it.
Do I get to know what it is first?
You see her like lean down and like kind of like whisper to you.
Okay.
Which is hilarious because like her head's the size of your body.
Yeah. Look, Tutu asks questions, guys. It is solely out of curiosity. Okay. I like the sound of that.
Very well. You see
Thank
her
you.
kind of like crouch down on like one knee and reach out like both hands towards Ray, and you see these like wisps of air just kind of like flow off of her hand and kind of like circle around Ray. Ray's like for a minute like looking around like, you know, the dog that gets like, you know, the cone of shame, like trying to figure out what the hell is going on around him. And it seems like after a few moments that these like small little like wind eddies almost like go into Ray, and Ray kind of like lets out like a little like shiver, and he's like, now you can go wherever Tutu can go.
Yay! You're awesome. Thanks.
To my...
So we can fly now?
Briefly, once a day.
Aw, that's cute.
Wait, does this make us friends? Friends give each other gifts. Here's a gift, and I'm gonna quickly like, from the link, one of the links.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to record like a very sincere message that I'll send you at a later time, and then hand it to her.
Okay. She just kind of like smiles down at like recognizing what it is.
And we're friends now.
It's important to remember the past. Thank you.
I'll take that as a yes. Thanks.
You, my fiery friend. She looks down at you, Desi. While you certainly are not from this place, I want you to be able to protect those that you care about, especially my chosen. And I will bestow this blessing on you. You can make use of it to right these wrongs. That would please me. And she tells you, yours I have to copy a section of.
These whispers brought to you by Cinnabuns.
Oh, man.
All right.
Sounds so good. I want one so bad.
Ew, cinnamon.
That's because Monster has destroyed your taste buds, you battery acid infused
Agreed.
son of a bitch.
It's okay, just more for us.
Yeah. Is that a water bottle full of Monster?
No, it's a water bottle full of water. Next up, looks at Orexos. I understand that you are new to this group, but you are willing to sacrifice perhaps even your life to free me. And I would be remiss if I let that go unrewarded. For you, I offer this.
Thank you.
Hopefully it will allow you to always be where you need to be when you need to be there. You see her, again, lower herself down to where you're standing, Nigella. You, one who cares deeply about all of your companions and does all in her power to keep them safe and well. For you, I offer this. You get a choice, so I'm typing you two things.
Okay.
That's your first one.
Do I have to decide now?
Yes.
The options are too good.
I will give you a moment as she turns to Cirrus. And you, my champion. You who traveled across the realms to save me.
You don't have to give me anything. I would have done it. I would do anything for you.
I know. And that is the mark of a true champion. One that does it not for the reward, but for the deed itself. To you, I bestow the following.
Does Adirondack mean something other than a mountain?
No, it's
It's
yeah.
it's
He's making fun of
Niles
Azvarage's. Yeah,
It's also a
Darren.
chair.
it's also a chair. Adirondack.
Oh.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I just
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Yeah.
I love the whole shtick, the whole gag, but it's like, but I also hate it.
There's Adirondack, Kantar Kolvar, Emo Darren,
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I was like, this is
Yeah.
going over my
Niles.
head. I want to know more.
Niles. Yeah, Niles.
Yeah.
I'm gonna Photoshop a dragon made of Adirondack chairs.
Do it. Yes.
Yowzers.
Oh, you got a good one, eh? I mean,
Yeah,
I did
it's actually
I told
Yeah.
mine.
it's not too shabby.
Yeah, if you guys
Oh,
want,
'cause-
you can share what they do. But before that happens, she turns back to you, Nigella. I see. May you always be successful in your endeavors.
How low to me is she?
Like, you're what, 6'8", something like that. You're quite tall, aren't you? Like, she's kneeling on one knee, and like she's still bending down to like talk to you. So like, her head is like head level, but she's huge.
Nigella is gonna go, I thank you so much, and like just go open armed over to Azvaraja and just wraps her arms the best she can around her and goes, we're married now. Just kidding. And just pats her on the back and like hugs her tightly and then lets her go.
Yeah. So everyone who's not Nigella, roll a perception check.
Oh, good. I probably got attacked by the damn stuff.
Okay, so Desi, Cirrus, Tutu, and Orexos.
All of us.
Good roll.
Ray didn't notice, but he's still trying to figure out how the
Yikes! Yeah,
the mini tornadoes got inside of him.
yeah.
You all notice that as Nigella like kind of like leaps up to give this like big hug, like all the sentries do immediately like turn back to like look at Nigella, and the ones that are facing Azvaraja, whose face is like looking back towards the direction two of them are from, kind of like gives a quick like head shake, and you see this like almost like sad look across her face as she like puts a small hand or a hand that basically covers all of Nigella like around Nigella's back and like returns the hug. But those of you who can see Azraja's face is like, she looks sad.
Why does she look sad?
I don't know, Nigella.
Why? Well, Cece wants to know why she looks sad.
Maybe it's because she feels bad for Nigella, who is struggling. Yeah.
Nigella's gonna if she notices the sentries turn around, she's like, "You don't have to worry. I'll give you a hug too." And you, and you, and you.
All the sentries turn back around to look back.
You get a hug. You get a hug.
Is she trying to marry everybody?
Oh no.
No, there is intention behind the handshake and the hug. There was no intention like that behind those.
So after a moment, Azraja stands up. Now, as welcome as you are here, this is not where you belong. Where do you need to go?
Can it be to a land where we're level 5?
Azraja yeets you off the platform.
It's a good thing I can fly. Hey, Ray, you want to help me?
I believe I can fly.
Right?
Oh, man. Oh, it's so good.
I think we were trying to head back to Poverty, right? Because it's where we sent all the soldiers.
I think so.
And
Yeah.
we needed to check in with Cantor.
Right.
Will Cantor be there? We'll find out.
I can send you there. It won't be instant. I can't send you instantly from here to there as easy as we went from the fire plane to here, but we can get you there nonetheless. Are you ready to depart then? Is there anything else you need or wish to know?
Actually, yes. If there's a box and there's no way to get inside of it, but you see an arm come out of it, how do you open it? And what is the arm?
Oh, yeah. It sort of rejected me looking for magic. Like it was rejecting it.
You can't see inside of it.
Mm-mm.
It's
But
just dark.
When I tried to detect it, pushed away.
This will sound simplistic. Did you try breaking it?
I don't think we had much time because Wispy One was like, let's go, 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 go.
It didn't. It was rather small, though. Yeah.
I don't think so.
Probably like 10 by 10 by 10.
Yeah. I could definitely fit in it. Do you know what it is, or how to open it?
It could be a good idea to go back there specifically so we could get more information from Talea about where Malthas are.
Could we do that first?
Is she in the Fae?
She's not technically anywhere anymore.
Is the information you seek in the Fae?
Yes.
I could send you there, and it would be instant.
If I draw you a picture of her temple, would it help you?
Probably.
I'll show her the pictures that I drew of the outside and the inside of all of the things, the green lights and portal and all that stuff.
I can certainly get you close to this. I have not been there myself, but this will help.
It was really scary, and she got stabbed with this creepy unicorn thing last time, so I mean, you're wonderful, but like the closer the better, please. Thanks.
I understand.
Thanks.
Again, I'm not sure when I will be able to see any of you again, except for Cirrus. But
It was a pleasure to meet you.
It was definitely a pleasure. You're a good hugger.
Well, we're friends now, so of course we'll see each other.
of course,
Don't get caught again.
I intend to stay close to home for the time being.
Before
You
she
know-
sends us wherever she sends us, Cirrus is gonna just look at one of the honor guard and in Primordial say, make sure you take good care of her this time.
You hear like 4 very deep, loud grunts. Yeah, it's like telling the guards at Buckingham Palace to make sure you're
Yeah.
keeping up the
Oh
procedures.
yeah.
Hey, ass
translated-
faces, do your job.
Yeah.
Translated into common, go fuck yourself, white-haired windbag.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so right there is where we're gonna take our quick bio snack refill and drink break. We'll be back in about 5 minutes or so. And we are gonna end a little bit early tonight because we're on a different night, so people's schedules are a bit different. So we're going to end in about 40 minutes from now. So we'll come back. It'll be a fairly short session after the break. And then we'll be back on Wednesday. But for those of you who can stick around after Arexos has to take off, love to get a quick little fun chat, post-game chat, if people have a few minutes to stick around.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
Sounds
sure.
good.
All right, so we'll see everyone in 5 minutes or so. And those of you in chat, thank you for hanging out. Thanks, Kodo, for the gifted sub, the Lucas resub.
Yay.
You guys are the best. And see you all in about 5 minutes.
Wait,
You get
Cece,
both.
what did you get?
And we're back.
What?
Guiding breeze.
Oh god, more panic farts?
I wasn't the one who panic farted.
I know.
What?
God damn it.
What? What?
I don't need both.
Mm-hmm.
You can have.
He's
Yeah,
sentient.
take both. Don't say no.
That's fair. He's sentient, so he technically counts.
Don't look a gift DM in the mouth.
Okay. What's it called though?
Oh. I guess I didn't include the title for it. So.
No. I was like, everyone else is standing there. So I'm like,
Don't
We
look
were
at
supposed to have-
DM in the mouth. He might spray back monster at you.
Oh, that's true. Yep. That's
Good
the danger.
Point, good point.
oh, I see. So it's just a play on enhance.
Would that count as acid damage?
Absolutely.
Oh, for sure. 100%.
Battery acid damage.
All right. So. Not accustomed to needing to thank mortals, but thank you. For a not relish the thought of what I may have become had you not interceded. You did.
Glad we were able to make it to you. I don't want to know what would have happened if we hadn't. Technically, we know, but that's beside the point.
Around this time, you see in the distance, kind of looking past Azraja, you see one of those skyships drawing in towards this island. Based on your picture, where I would have sent you instantly would have not been ideal. The place of power that I would have sent you to does not feel anything like this place that you have drawn. There is a portal that can take you much closer. This ship will take you there. It may also be more familiar, as many of the crew are mortal on the ship. And she just kind of like looks at you, Cirrus, like as you once were. Well, the captain knows where she is headed. You will not have any trouble from the crew, I suspect. Farewell.
Thank
a
you for
pleasure.
everything, and I'm glad you're safe.
Thank you for coming when I needed you most. You see the skyship kind of like slide up parallel to the island as a plank is kind of like raised out from the ship.
I'll hop aboard.
Yeah, seriously.
Desi follows.
Pretty familiar to you. The rest of you, like, it is like if you don't have wings, it is some scary shit walking across this plank. Like,
Ugh.
there is no land under you, as far as you know. Cirrus just kind of like darts across, like nothing to it. But like Desi, as you like take that first step, you like have that instinctual like look down, and you're like, oh fuck, should not have. Nope, Nope. Mistakes were made.
She starts humming some like bolstering tune to herself, like
Yeah.
hi ho, hi ho.
Yep.
Is it far enough that I can just jump across?
You could make the jump. The concern is like it's pretty narrow. Like the side of the ship is there. There's like a gate, for lack of a better word, in the side of the ship where this plank's been extended from.
Oh. Alright. Araxos doesn't like the idea of walking over open sky.
Yeah, I don't doubt.
Ooh. Fancy.
All right. All right, so you guys make your way onto the ship. Nigel, I assume you're coming?
Yes, and Nigella would definitely, once she gets on the ship, go over to the captain of the ship and say,
I am the captain now.
I'm just kidding. She would not say that, but she would definitely get on there.
Yeah. Nigella, you have like this brief moment in your head where you're like, this would be so funny. Then you look at the captain and she's almost as big as Viraja and an air elemental, and you're like, maybe another day.
I don't think she'll get my humor.
Desi, can you make for me a perception check?
Okay. Pretty good.
23. As you're getting on and you're like humming this tune to yourself, you swear you see like one of the figures who looks to be like a dock hand or a ship hand or something, on like the far side of the ship. It's a pretty big ship. Kind of like look up, like glance at you briefly, and there's like some recognition there. Like both ways. The person looks familiar to you, and you get the sense that like they thought you looked familiar, but it's like brief. Just it's a very quick glance.
Are they busy enough that I should wait, probably, or do they look like they could be open for a conversation at the moment?
I mean, they're working. It's up to you.
She'll be respectful and wait.
Okay. Don't know if I worded it like that, but
Technically, you didn't word it to me at all.
yeah.
So I made it up.
Yep.
Yeet.
Yeah. I'll give you the actual wording for his later.
Oh, but that's so much
Who's
better.
Yeah. That
So
sounds
this is great. Now we don't have to lift tutus. I mean, Ray Blow Up anymore.
Yeah,
That's great.
that's yeah. I was gonna try and save it.
Yeah, great reference. So, the captain doesn't really like pay much attention to you guys getting on the ship. Yeah, insight checks from everyone that isn't Cirrus.
Desi's also going to kind of like hover around the guy that she saw, just kind of waiting for
Okay.
an opportunity.
Yeah, so Tutu and Desi, you guys pick up like a hint that like this captain doesn't have much use for like mortals other than as servants, which is the way of things in this plane. Like Cirrus described it to you, and you guys thought it was weird at first, but that's how things are on this elemental plane. As Viraja might seem a bit more enlightened, mostly due in large part to what Cirrus has been able to do, but most of the Jinn see you people as workers, not equals. So she just kind of ignores you. She understands that Azraj had told her to take you to a portal. You guys are cargo at this point. But with that, once you're all aboard, the plank is retrieved. The ship shoves off, and you guys start sailing through the plane of air in one of these sky ships. The ship is like a well-oiled machine, like way more like structured, clean, ordered than like any like naval vessel you guys would have seen. Sirius, it doesn't surprise you anymore, but that was one of the things you first noticed when you started serving on ships here, that it was not like the sailor kind of motif, like that shit didn't, pun intended, fly here. But you hear the captain just kind of like grunt. 6 hours to our destination.
Got it. Thanks.
See, like, they just kind of like cast their eyes at you, like, briefly.
Iris is gonna stroll to the bow and do like the full-on Titanic.
Yep.
Does Nigella perceive those eyes that they cast on the horned one to be particularly unkind?
Not.
Uh-oh.
I mean.
Uh-oh.
What's your passive?
Oh, not great. Let me go back to it. 13.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't have noticed, and like even if you would have, like, I don't think your passive insight's high enough to like derive. It's not so much that they're unkind; they're just dismissive. Not being like overtly rude, they just don't care about you.
All right, we need to activate the cat so we can push these people off the ship.
Sirius.
Yeah.
Do you think that you can teach me how to make all of the whirling and the rumbles and the like grating sounds? I don't know if it's a language or like a secret code, but I'd like to learn it so that I can talk to my new friend.
Yeah, I can try to teach it for sure. It's just really hard because it's not words so much as sounds.
I'm pretty smart.
Oh yeah, no question there. It just has to do with the way your mouth moves.
Well, I don't have a mouth. I have a beak.
Yeah, so it's gonna be interesting, but I'm up for trying.
All right, so
okay,
expecting this moment, knowing that this has been a long time coming because Tutu's mentioned it a few times.
Yeah.
So, if like Nigella or Arexos asks to learn Primordial, the answer is no. You're just not learning it. You're just not smart enough. It's not going to happen. I'm sorry. Tutu is very smart.
But you guys are still awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
So sad.
You're just not smart enough. I'm sorry. However, Tutu is very smart. That said, as Sirius has mentioned, there are a few barriers to mastering this.
Sure.
One of them being the way Tutu's mouth is constructed. So, the way that I've normally done language learning in the games is usually it's some rolls and the amount of time. And eventually, over time, you pick up the ability to maybe, depending on the language, you can, in this case, you can't read it, but you'll be able to maybe like hear and understand bits, then like hear it fully, then maybe like speak it in a very broken way versus speak it fluently. So it'll slowly come depending, and depending on how your rolls do indicate, either how well you overcome a particular barrier or how much of a particular thing you can pick up and how long it'll take you.
Okay.
And they'll just be like straight intelligence rolls for you, Tutu.
Okay.
It's
Cirrus will you'll be rolling at advantage because Cirrus also learned it almost by accident, not understanding it was a real language. Like they were sounds he made as a kid. The like origin of the language was a mystery to him, so he will be able to help you even without the context that you would like normally have.
Okay.
So you guys have 6 hours currently, so if that's what you guys are doing for this trip, I'll let you guys make like the starting roll if this is going to be something that you guys kind of do recurring in your downtime.
Is that okay with you, Cirrus? Or would you like to do something else on the trip?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
In fact, some of the language involves making sounds that sound a lot like wind. So up here on the deck of the ship, we'll be able to hear some of the wind. Maybe it'll help you mimic it.
Okay. Let's try it.
All right. So roll an intelligence check with advantage.
And I just click the word?
Just the word. Yep.
Okay.
18. Really good. So, at first, like when Cirrus is like explaining this to you and making the sounds, focusing right now on ones that are wind-esque, you're like, it's almost hard to like distinguish what he's doing, like versus a sound. Where does it start? Where does it end? Is he like just almost whistling poorly? And then like after a while you start to at least understand where like the starts and the ends of the sounds are, and that these ones are like unique and this is a part of a sound versus like more of it. And it's interesting for you because whereas all the languages that you know so far have words and letters, there's no equivalent here. It's these sounds that have meaning, and you have to attach all of this other context. But Cirrus
The
is
best
right.
way I can think of it is like pick a sound in nature that reflects an emotion. So heavy thunderstorms are like when you're mad, and the sound of like a quick moving creek over like pebbles might be like a happy sound, or the pitter patter of raindrops just as the rain ended in the middle of a forest could be like whispering. It's all about that.
So between like Cirrus kind of like helping direct how you think about the language, your innate intellect, and the kind of example of like the sound around you flying through this ship, and periodically you also hear the captain like make a bunch of sounds, a lot more rumbly and like roaring flame than the soft pitter patter of raindrops or like a nice gurgling creek. But getting all of these thrown at you, you start to at least kind of have a notion of how the language works. So it was like a very fruitful first training session for you.
That's cool how the language works.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Desi, you were kind of like posted up by this person who looked at you and you looked at them. As like you see Cirrus and Tutu kind of doing their studying. Once the ship gets underway and you're more just like, from your perspective, coasting, however this thing works, you don't really know. The crew is less engaged. And you notice just with like your passive perception, the person's not being particularly like stealthy about it. The person like a few times while they're like making some show of like sweeping a corner of the deck that's been taking them an awful long time near you, they like every so often just like are like looking back over their shoulder at you. They're always like very quick like looks. But roll for me a history check.
Okay.
16. The more and more you catch like glimpses of this person, the more and more they look familiar to you. Like really familiar.
Excuse me.
Yeah. The person like turns to look at you, and like in that moment you have this like rush of like realization, and it like all clicks. This person looks very different now. They're like garbed in like very like loose flowing clothes, very plain, mostly white clothes. But as you like see their face like full on as they like turn to look at you, this is one of the people that was in your family, air quotes.
Like from my traveling caravan? Ah! I thought you were dead.
I almost died.
You're alive! Hello! You're alright? Everything's good?
Be better than dead.
Anything's better than dead. So,